mean, this might be bigger than the Disneyland castle.
Tokyo Disneyland is essentially the museum of old Magic Kingdom rides.
What's up, in Loop? It's Hyde. Check it in from Tokyo Disney. This is not Florida, even though it looks exactly like Florida. This one park actually has a lot more room, so it's not congested. But the video's not going to start here. We're going back up about a half hour to the opening of the park and what you have to go through to get here and what you want to do as soon as you get in, because it gets a little crazy. So let's rewind about 30 minutes.
We stayed at Hotel Miracosta, which meant a short monorail ride over to the Disneyland park. Now, we wanted to get there early to take advantage of our early entry access.
And the hotel guest early entry is in the middle plaza here of the giant entry plaza. They give you a piece of paper that you use to show off your early entry. And we are walking in. First thing you gotta do is open the app, try to grab the free fast passes. We got Boo's Honey Hunt for 20 minutes from now. Craziness of open. This is just early entry guest. This park has a lot of high capacity rides, so it's kind of interesting. I'm guessing a lot of people are going to the new Bell ride. But other rides like Pirates and stuff, not too worried, because it does really well capacity wise. We made a hard left turn as soon as we got in. Ooh, Great American Waffle Company, now we're talking. These people are my style. They're rope dropping waffles. I usually rope drop cinnamon bread, but Dollywood, but they're rope dropping waffles. So we immediately took a left. Everyone was kind of going straight up Main Street, probably going towards Bell and whatnot, but we're going to try to see if we could get on something in Adventureland or Westernland. Now, this is a ride I have not done. Last time I was here, it was supposed to refurb. Kind of starts off with the Disneyland kind of look to it.
The ride even starts off with a Blue Bayou style looking restaurant. Out of all the Pirates of the Caribbean rides out there, I would say this is closest to the Disneyland version of it. A little bit long, has that Blue Bayou feel and everything.
After Pirates, we went over here to Fantasyland because we have a Pooh Honey Hunt time. and shortly after the park opens. But we're also going to try to do some of the Fantasyland rides here, since those get really long lines and they're not on any of the Fast Pass, Priority Pass, Mumbo Jumbo. So let's start with the Snow White's Adventure. It's a small world. Usually not on my must-do list, but Groot has taken over It's a Small World, or at least he's showcased in it. So we're going to give this classic one a try.
So what does that mean? Well, for a limited time, by the time you watch this video, it's already over with. Groot, as well as other Marvel characters, are sprinkled throughout the ride. It was kind of fun to try to spot them in all the famous scenes. That was a really fun overlay. Like I said, a lot of fun to try to spot where they were. I love how when it was Thor, they changed the Small World theme song to heavy metal.
And now we're doing our Pooh Honey Hunt Priority Pass that we got for free. It's already an 80-minute line, and the park just opened a half hour ago. Queue is really well done here. Pooh got a ton of hype when it first opened. I think it's the first trackless dark ride, or one of the very first. And it still lives up to that hype. It's a really good ride. Disney knows when not to try too hard. Just let it be fun. Let it be a good ride. And that's what it is. Throwback to a better time. The old Fast Pass machines just sitting here. A sign you don't see every day these days. Splash Mountain this way.
That's right. Splash Mountain still exists in Japan. Now, there was no filming on the ride, so I can't really show you anything. However, it was very similar to the US versions you're probably familiar with. The exception, well, some of it's in Japanese. And not all of it, though. It's weird. Some animatronics spoke Japanese, some were in English. And then even some of those songs, part of the song would be in English, part of it was in Japanese.
Here's a look at the desserts. They have a couple different flavors of Mickey ice cream.
Next up was the train. Now this is a bit different than other Disney trains out there, as in it doesn't go around the full park. It only goes around the left-hand side of the park and you get on or off at the same spot. That has to do apparently with some Japanese laws that if it made multiple stops, it would be considered some form of public transportation and subject to other rules. Let's take a ride. We gotta talk about popcorn. Popcorn is a big deal here. They even have really fun popcorn buckets to go with it. Popcorn stands are themed in each land. There's a variety of flavors, and they're just, you gotta try some of them, with caramel and honey being my favorites.
This giant line here, it says it's 60 minutes. This would be one of the longest lines in the park currently. It's for a waffle, Mickey-shaped waffle. One really great thing about this park is they built it for size. You can see this is the end of World Bazaar, their main street. You can see how far away the castle is. The hub area is huge. Florida wishes it probably had this much space because this is one of the most crowded theme parks in the world, most visited. And it handles the crowd as well because it's so much space. They do have mobile order here, and that's not for every restaurant though. Not like the waffle place, but that helps save time for sure. This is the Mickey Cinnamon Roll, New Orleans Square. Now entering Tomorrowland. And as with most Tomorrowlands, this one's pretty dated. They are getting a brand new Space Mountain, which you can see well underway construction-wise. Hopefully with that brings a whole modernization of this, because I think this is probably the worst Tomorrowland out of all of them. Half of it's closed off, so I'm guessing it's going to get better here. But as you can see, just kind of here, what's on the left, it's this very like big, kind of dated look. Tomorrowland is kind of split in two with the Space Mountain construction. For here you have Star Tours and Monster Inc. Ride and Go. A little unique dark ride to this park. We're using our priority access entrance. This is one of the ones we got just by opening the app.
Boo, かくれんぼはこうやるんだよ。明かりが消えたら始める。楽しい。ヘルメットだよ。目はダメ。
As we were walking by, we randomly saw all these droids just walking on their own, patrolling the crowd here in Tomorrowland.
Make sure to come in the Pan Galactic Pizza Port to see this crazy contraption. I mean, this is like 3 stories tall. Through our vacation package, we were able to pre-select a time to ride. Actually, 80 minutes is not too long. It was much longer earlier and much longer yesterday. But here's Beauty and the Beast. This one, you have the option to either book via vacation package like we did, or you can open the app and buy a paid fast pass for it. Priority access, whatever they call it. But those sell out almost instantly after a park opens. So don't think you can get here at like 3, 4 o'clock. You might be able to refresh and get one, but most of them sell out fast. This might be one of the coolest ride entrances ever. It's like a full castle. I mean, this might be bigger than the Disneyland Castle. I think it is bigger than Disneyland Castle, and this is just a ride. pre-show room is insane, like 3 stories tall.
The ride is really well done. You kind of meander in some of the showrooms a little too long, but the ride, the area, one of the best Disney's done so far.
Time for another snack, and it's an apple caramel churro.
Yep, that was just as good as you thought it would be.
Just another look at how far away Main Street is from the castle. Really, it makes a crowded park here not feel crowded. You're able to walk through the castle here. Philhar Magic, similar to the one in Florida, probably the exact same thing, to be honest. So that's on our skip list, but it's here. Of course, there's teacups. And this is why you do these Fantasyland dark rides first thing in the morning. No skip the line passes of any sorts for these. They have very low capacity. Of course, Fantasyland, Carousel, and Dumbo. Not our ride, so we're not riding those. We're focused on other things. So when you see how much we're doing in the video and finishing the park, it's because we're skipping a lot of these rides that I just don't like riding. From one ride that's not the same in Florida anymore to a ride that's soon to be leaving Florida, Tom Sawyer Island. Want to get workout while on vacation and not go to the gym? You too can paddle a boat around the rivers of America. We're not going over to Tom Sawyer Island. Been there, done that in Florida, and it's kind of a giant playground. That's why I'm not, most of them removing it, because if I'm paying all this money and traveling halfway around the world, I'm not spending time.
Sure, the view is great on the ship as you're sailing around the rivers of America, but it's also fun to walk around and see all the details that go into this ship, including the actual steam engine that makes the ship go.
And we're in Western Land, not Frontierland. Nope, they call it Western Land here. The main attraction, Big Thunder Mountain. This has quite the long line, but it is one of the rides that you can get the free priority access pass for, and it went pretty fast. Like when we pulled it up first thing when we got in the park, I think it was alright for like 3-4 o'clock, and we came back in the app about an hour later to get our second one. It was already like 8 o'clock at night. So this one does go pretty fast.
The ride is very similar to its Florida and California counterparts. Almost an identical ride.
We ran through fast earlier, so I want to kind of just give a quick look at everything here at the World Bazaar, which is their main street. And yes, it is enclosed. It's Tokyo, so it gets a little colder and a little bit more wet than Florida. It was just snowing here a few weeks ago, actually. But it still has all the charm of your classic main street, all the stores, the atmosphere. Magic shop. We do have some magic games. Look at this. You gotta love these postcards of It's a Small World for Groot. Some really cool map-themed postcards. They still have a penny arcade. Let's head inside. They have the penny arcade with all the old school games. Look at this hockey game or baseball game here. Old school claw machine. Of course, besides shopping, like other main streets, there's a confectionery. It's mainly prepackaged snacks. You're not going to find like maybe what you're used to in Florida with the full spread of freshly baked goods. Gives new meaning to Teddy Graham cookies. Near the Tomorrowland side of it, there is a toy store. One of my favorite things they have is all these little like Matchbox car size ride vehicles. Lots of train options here, including Big Thunder Mountain.
It's time for the usual mid-afternoon break. We're going to take the monorail back to Miracosta for a little bit, but also stop at the giant Disney store just outside the gate.
Again, just showing off the difference between Florida and here with space-wise. Here's the ticket booths. Now, there is no train station, but the main entrance to Main Street, you can see just how giant this plaza is. It's so well built to hold people. Just a quick 2 or 3 minute walk from the park is Bon Voyage, the giant world of Disney. So we're taking a kind of a mid-afternoon break here. Come and get some food. We'll show you that in a second, but also stock up on souvenirs. In addition to ride vehicles, they have like these iconic scenes from the rides. Like you can build a replica Toontown. It's 4 o'clock and we're taking a break from the park to get some food. This is Disney Springs, downtown Disney, City Walk, whatever your favorite nomenclature is for a shopping district outside of the theme park. They have quite a collection of restaurants. Now the park does have sit-down restaurants, so why are we eating there? Well, they're really expensive and the menus are pretty limited. We're not big into seafood and most of it's seafood, so we're coming out here. And it's about 5:30 and we're headed back to the hotel. And about 6:45, we are back. Go get some honey popcorn and see the night parade.
Are you having fun?
Taking advantage of the parade blocking off Fantasyland area. And getting short lines for these old school dark rides. I told you popcorn was a big thing here. And this literally is like the popcorn mecca. Every flavor, every box here at the Big Pop in Tomorrowland. Jungle Cruise with only a few minute wait. Now, we fully expect this to be all in Japanese, which will make kind of the jokes maybe even more funny. Ending the night with the Haunted Mansion.
Wrapping up Tokyo Disneyland, it's an interesting park. It certainly has some great elements to it. It's fun to relive some of the rides that are no longer at Magic Kingdom. However, it also feels a little dated. And as much as I said it was good for the pathways to be big from a crowd standpoint, well, it also just makes the park feel very big and corporate-y. Misses some of that charm that Disneyland or some of the other Disney parks have. Overall, still a great park, and Disney Sea next door, one of the best. Thanks for watching.